Are you starting from the bottom? Maybe a little bit above the bottom. Let's talk about growing on Twitch when you have 0 viewers, 0 followers. What's up everyone, it's Ashni. Here are the 3 things that I think it's gonna take if you wanna see growth on any platform. And just so you know you can trust me, I'm a Twitch partner with 200 plus average viewers. I streamed to 20 people for 4 years, stopped, came back May 23rd, 2018, hit Twitch partner in 2 months, 1,000 subscribers in 4 months. I operate a consistently sold out stream coaching business. I've spoken at conventions like TwitchCon and PAX about stream growth, and I'm also the author of Build Your Dream Stream, which is an ebook for streamers all about my journey and my best advice for growth. Links to useful stuff is down below. The first thing that I'll say is consistency is really important. Now, this should not be a groundbreaking idea or piece of advice for any of us, but I get asked a lot, Ashni, how do I grow? How do I grow? And then when I go into that person's stream and I look at their past broadcasts and I see how often their schedule says they're going to be live versus how often they actually are live, there's usually a huge discrepancy and difference in those 2 numbers. Now, don't get me wrong, I used to cancel streams all the time too. And it's really hard to flip that switch. It's the easiest advice to give and the hardest advice to take seriously. But let me tell you, when you take yourself seriously and you commit to yourself and your stream, people will be more likely to commit to you too. The cool part here is commitment doesn't mean that you need to be streaming 6 or 7 days a week, 10 hours a stream. And in fact, that could be working against you if you're relatively new. You can absolutely commit and stay consistent with streaming 3 or 4 days a week if that is more comfortable for you. But you've gotta flip that switch though, for sure, y'all, for sure. How often do you get mad at me whenever I get a little bit inconsistent with the YouTube videos? Oh, there's definitely a decrease in subscribers, views, and everything. Watch time, all of it. The second thing that's really helpful for growth is having unique ideas. Now, I've gotten some pushback on this one before because there have been a handful of people who've come to me and said that you don't really need to be unique. You don't have to be doing anything different. And they're not entirely wrong. There are tons of streamers who have done the same thing and taken the same path as we've seen be taken hundreds, thousands of times before, right? And these people generally have very skilled skills, very developed skills, and they all come together and they're just able to proceed in this industry and do really well. Not everyone is like that though, and here is where first mover advantage comes in really handy. First mover advantage is whenever you are the first person to create some kind of content that hasn't really been seen before on the platform. You see this all the time with people that blow up. So think about fitness, or stream coaching, or ASMR. The first people to these types of content did really well for themselves because they were carving out an entirely new niche for themselves. Now, do you absolutely need to do this? No, you don't 100% need a niche to be able to see success, but it does make things a lot easier. And if you're frustrated with trying to grow over and over, and you're not really doing anything unique, you may consider taking some time and coming up with your own ideas that are uniquely you and fresh, because ultimately that's what people really are looking for, something they haven't seen before. Third is hard work. It blows my mind the amount of people who are looking for the easy button for this. You might even be looking for this button by watching YouTube videos or looking at Twitch blogs or listening to podcasts or interviews with other streamers. It doesn't exist. There's no easy 10-step program to make sure that your channel grows. No one can promise you that, and it's crazy the amount of people who use these things, as well as follow for follow or like weird retweet systems or point systems to try and get ahead. It just doesn't work. This generally happens because you're impatient. But let me tell you, there are so many lessons to learn before you even start seeing success. Whenever you start seeing success and you haven't learned a lot of these things, it's going to be incredibly difficult for you to be catapulted into the spotlight. It is really hard. There is a benefit to growing slow. Now, we don't want you to not grow at all. If you're streaming for 6 months or a year and your numbers just haven't moved, there's definitely something wrong there and we need to see what's going on. But there is absolutely value in you just doing your thing and consistently seeing a steady pace of growth. But regardless of how fast you grow or how slow you grow, you're definitely gonna need to work hard. This is not one of those jobs where you get paid by hour, you get paid for all of your time. You just don't. Most streamers are putting in at least 10 hours of work every single day. There's tons of streaming involved, there's tons of behind the scenes stuff involved, and that's the average. That's the accepted level of work. Now imagine someone who is doing something super unique, who's having all of these opportunities come towards them. It is an obscene amount, y'all, and if you don't truly love this craft, there are a lot of low lows, there's a lot of really great high highs, but it's gonna be very difficult to pull through if you don't genuinely enjoy yourself. I can't talk today. Now, if your mindset is right, you know you need to commit, find something unique about yourself, and work hard. I've created an entire playlist for you. Click on this thumbnail. It's gonna help you build your streaming foundation so you can actually see some growth on whichever platform you're streaming on. I'll see y'all over there. Thank you so much for letting me hang out with you. Bye!